Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Mark, my astrology channel. If you're a subscriber, then thank you very much. If not, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't mind hitting the button at the end of the video. We start April with a new moon. Now the new moon on the 1st is in Aries, so it's very apt that it's the start of the spring and the start of the calendar, astrological calendar year. Now Aries being the first sign, it's very spontaneous, it's very apt to jump in, take risks and be the one that takes initiative. So this will apply to you, especially in the financial area. So it's time to sort things out, to just kind of take the initiative and maybe plan your finances, make a budget, and then take a little bit of a calculated risk as to how you can make more money going forward. Now we have two other aspects on the full moon. It's conjunct Mercury, so it's going to be very easy for you to communicate and talk about finances and those sort of things. This is a good time to enlist some professional advice or something, or someone that can perhaps help you. The other aspect is a conjunction with Chiron. Now this will allow you to overcome adversity. This will allow you to put any fears about finances or any past wounds aside, so that you can get to grips with things and really move things forward this year. We also have other aspects happening on the 1st, and one of those is a conjunction between Juno and Saturn. Now this is happening in your 12th house. This is not an aspect that you're going to be very conscious of because it's in the area of the unconscious, but Juno will bring about an unconscious feeling that you need to commit to something. You need to make a long-term firm commitment with this aspect, and it may be that it comes through from the unconscious and you immediately know what it is, but it may just filter through over a course of time. Now Saturn in that 12th is also making a square aspect to the moon's nodes. Now the nodes are across the 3rd and 9th house, so this is the houses of intellect. This is about learning. So this is a good time to A, put into practice what you've learned in the past, and B, to learn new things that can build your soul and spirit so that you may evolve. We also have an aspect from Neptune to the nodes. So this is a good time to progress spiritually as well as mentally. It's a good time to bring the spiritual side into your everyday affairs, and so that you can become a person who's very whole and very rounded. On the 4th, we've already mentioned, we have Saturn in the 12th house. He's trying to teach you things. He's trying to go within, or get you to go within, so that you can learn from your mistakes and learn what you have done in the past. Saturn is a great teacher, and he does teach us lessons, but he rewards us if we learn those lessons. And he wants you to learn things before he moves into your sign of Pisces in the 1st house. Now on the 4th though, we have a bit of irritation because Mars comes up right behind the conjunction. Now Mars is in a hurry. He's been at full pelt, and he's eager to move forward and get into his sign of Aries, and he's been fired up by the new moon in Aries, so he's eager to go as fast as he can, but Saturn's there to slow him down. Saturn says, well, hang on a minute, let's take our time, let's not jump into things or rush into things, because we've done that in the past and that's not always the right way. So you need to be more considered with your actions. But you may have these irritations that come up. Be sure that you don't start accusing or blaming other people for any shortcomings. These shortcomings are coming from within you, so you need to learn the lessons that they are trying to teach you. We also have a very positive aspect on this day, which will overrule the Mars aspects a little bit. The Mars aspect was only going to be for a couple of days. This Jupiter aspect is going to be for 8 days, and Jupiter connects with the moon's nodes. Now that north node in the 3rd house means communication is now vital. It's critical for your future, and you have to make sure that you answer emails quickly or telephone calls. Don't put things off, because there could be important communications over the next 8 days. Jupiter will bring something to you, either a person or maybe a job or an opportunity, something, and you need to be there ready. You have to be in the spot, so to speak. Otherwise, Jupiter may throw you a thunderbolt And if you get a thunderbolt, you know you've missed something, so keep your eyes and ears open. On the 7th, we have probably the most fantastic and wonderful aspect that you as a Piscean could ever experience. This is the conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune, and it's in your sign of Pisces. Now, Neptune is your ruler, Jupiter is your co-ruler or old ruler, and these two together in your sign is probably as good as it's going to get. Now, saying that, this doesn't happen very often. The last time this happened was in 1856. And that's a long time ago. It was a remarkable year though. We had no fewer than 4 Nobel Prize winners born in that day. We had Tesla, Bernard Shaw, Sigmund Freud, all born under this aspect, and these are people that changed the world. But also the emergence of the blues music, which was fantastic. So this year there's going to be a cultural change, a cultural revolution. It's not going to be like the Uranus upsets and violence and protests. This is going to be a cultural and healing revolution. We're all fed up with the way governments handle things, and there's going to be changes afoot, but we need to work together and we need to heal first before we can move forward. And with one way that there's going to be a change is going to be through the arts. Through the arts, because we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, who's conjunct Neptune, the planet of imagination. And this is creativity at its best. So if you're a creator or an artist and you're working at this moment in time, you will be receiving a huge boost. Your imagination will be filled with wonderful things, and we have to apply ourselves. Being Pisceans, it's very easy to escape and put things off, but we have to make the most of this and really apply ourselves and get to grips with this fantastic energy. Now, it's critical for 11 days from the 7th, but its influence will last for most of the year, so we can tap into this now. Now, the other thing we've got to realise is it's in the 1st house, so this is a time when you can personally focus on yourself. You have no planets in the 7th house at the moment, so the focus is firmly on you. You need to use this aspect to evolve, to grow and to expand, because Jupiter in the 1st house is about evolution, expansion, beyond your dreams. So just concentrate and make the most of this aspect. Between the 7th and the 10th, we have Mercury going at full speed through your 2nd house, and then on the 10th moving into the 3rd house. This is his house, the 3rd house. But before he gets there, he's going to want you to sort out all your financial things, to do all the paperwork, to make any communications regarding finance and get that all sorted before he moves into the 3rd. Also, there's a couple of aspects that would mean that you need to be careful when you interact with friends. You need to speak from the heart. You need to be honest and open, but also bear in mind other people's feelings, and all will be well. On the 12th, there's another aspect that will help you to apply yourself. It's a disciplined aspect, the Sun and Saturn, and it'll give you the impetus to get things organised. On the 14th, we have another not difficult day, but a day when you really should just chill out and let things go, because Mars makes a positive aspect to the black moon Earth, which would normally infuse you, but Mars is at 29 degrees and so is the black moon. So both these planets are what we call anoretic. They're weak. They can't wait to get into the new sign. They're not concentrating properly and their energy isn't flowing properly, so it's not a good day to make any decisions. But after this, Mars will move into the 1st house and into your sign of Pisces. And this will be fantastic news. This will give you the impetus and energy to maybe push yourself regarding this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction and really use the Mars initiative. 16th, we have our full moon. The full moon's in Libra and is at 26 degrees. Now, classically, this is a very critical degree. This will give the moon more power and impetus and make it very, very intense. Now, it's in your 8th house. This is the house of finances, but shared finances, money that comes in from an outside source. So this could be a beneficial time for you, but it's also time to get balance. So it may be time for you to balance the books, and there may be some responsibility towards someone else's money that you need to fulfill. Now, the other side of the 8th house is about perception. So your perception will be greatly increased under this full moon. You need to be aware of other people's feelings and how they fit into the relationships that you have. It's also a great time to focus on your intuition. Your intuition and perception can very much increase under this full moon. Fantastic day on the 17th when your mind will be full of excitement. Mercury makes a conjunction with Uranus. It's in your third house, which is the house of Mercury. So there'll be ideas and thoughts coming through your mind at a breakneck speed. And it'll be your job to relax or calm down at night because your mind will be buzzing so much. But the other added benefit to this is we have Venus, who's now in Pisces, in which she is exalted and really loves being in Pisces, making a positive aspect to this Mercury Uranus aspect. So this brings a creative and artistic side and brings desires as well. So this is a day when you can use your imagination and think up fantastic new ideas. And as well, you need to use up some of your mental energy. So it's good to interact with friends or family and have some fun. Then on the following day we have the Sun making an aspect to Pluto. But again, the Sun's at 29 degrees at the end of the sign, very much weakened, is anoretic, and Pluto's almost there as well. This is not a day to get involved in any power struggles with friends. Pluto's in that 11th house, so just avoid that, speak honestly, but don't get drawn into any struggles. On the 20th we have the Sun now moved into Taurus and is back to full strength, making a positive aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, who's now moved into Cancer and is also at full strength. So with these two together and the Black Moon being in your 5th house of creativity, this is a time where you can show off your talent, show off what you can do. If you're a creative or artistic person, then this is a fantastic day. But also it's a day when you ooze charm. Your sexuality will be shining through, and with Venus in Pisces, this is an ideal time to attract someone to you. But it could be it's a very flirtatious day as well, with the 5th house of love affairs being activated by the Black Moon Lilith. We just need to make sure that you don't do anything you may regret later on. Just keeps getting better, Pisces. On the 21st, Juno moves into your sign of Pisces in the 1st house. Now, Juno is an asteroid, and is the asteroid that brings unconditional love, that brings soul union and very much a shared creativity within relationships. Now, if you're in a relationship already, this could be fantastic. This could be a time to heighten your relationship and also to make a firm commitment, a long-term commitment. If you're not in a relationship, this is a time when you can attract a soulmate or a love of someone who's incredibly similar to you and very much wants to share your creativity and your compassion. There's a heightened compassion with this. Now, this can be a fantasy relationship, a dream come true, but just make sure that it's not a dream and keep your feet firmly on the ground. Between the 23rd and the 27th, this could pinpoint when someone actually comes into your life. We have Mercury making a conjunction with the North Node, as we know is the spiritual way forward for us, and then we have Venus making a conjunction with Neptune, which is a fantastic aspect for bringing a soul person into your life. And these aspects, these two conjunctions, are actually sextile each other. So this gives both of each other are working positively with each other. So whatever happens, there could be a change of direction. There could be something that opens your eyes to a new world. And also with an aspect of Jupiter to Pluto on the 29th, which lasts for 10 days. This is another great aspect because Jupiter's in Pisces, making this aspect to Pluto in the 11th house of our dreams and aims and goals for the future. This is a time when you could remodel your life, remodel your expectations, and maybe change your dreams and ideals to fit in with what's happening around you now, because things will quickly get outdated, because things will change so quickly and easily. You'll look back on this period and think, wow, a lot happened during that time. This is a year when, for you Pisces, so much is going to change. On the 30th we have our second new moon in April. Now there's no astrological significance of this because it's in a different sign to the one at the start of the month, but years gone by the pagans used to say that this was a black moon. This was a special moon. It was good for performing rituals and spells. Well, this new moon is also a partial solar eclipse. This is a very important one, and it's a member of the sixth series of eclipses, and it's renowned for people having to take control of the situation, or having to deal with authority, maybe authority thrust upon them, maybe things happen around that allow you to step forward or to step up, whether you like it or not. Also, with it being in the third house, it's about you gathering awareness of your environment and your surroundings. It's about you communicating and networking with people so that you can advance yourself. Learn as much as you can during this 2 weeks of the new moon, because it will stand you in good stead. But most of all, it's about you deciding exactly what you desire, what you want. You need to be dedicated and resolute now and stick to what it is you want. You've had plenty of time to think things over, but when the planets are in your first house, Jupiter and Neptune, it's time to make decisions. Decide which path you want to go down and then follow that. Thank you for watching the April review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you.